Good morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you guys are. Welcome back to the Krootman Lunchtime live stream. I've been out of pocket a lot recently, so I do apologize for the irregular schedule. I took another trip. This one was with the boys, so it was a good time. I'm a little tired, still catching up. And that's why there was no... Well, I was delayed on Monday, which is why there was no live stream. I wasn't sure if there would be one. And then yesterday was just me catching up. It was a good trip. I will leave the details private for the most part, but there was a fun, interesting story I want to tell you guys. I went to a place, and they offered a 30% discount for anybody who had a power bill of over $350. My eyes lit up. My friends were like, "Why are you so happy?" And to be fair, the guys I went on the trip with, they don't really know much about mining, and they kind of know I mine, but they don't really know much about it other than I have a shed full of stuff. And I pull up my bill, and I asked the lady when we get to the counter, I'm like, "Does it matter what state?" And she looks at her boss and she goes, "No, it doesn't matter." I flash up my phone and I show the bill. I just take my phone like this and I just flash it. And her eyes were like, "Oh, yeah, that definitely counts." And apparently I was the first person to take advantage of this. And we saved like $40. So, it's nice that my power bill can finally give back to me in other ways besides crypto. And a funny other fact about my power bill, which we're going to go into greater detail later on, I found out that in the last 2 years, being a part of a company that uses renewable energy, I saved 94,000 tons of coal from being burned. I don't know if I should be proud of that or not, but I did my part. So anyway, guys, as always, this is a podcast format, so you can listen along without watching from your car or wherever, and we are on YouTube podcasts now. So please share it with your friends, and please feel free to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. I'm going to be trying to get this on more podcasting platforms as well. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody. What's up, Zapirate? He said morning, good evening. Amplified Gaming said what's up. Zigminer said what's up. What's going on, guys? We have a pretty jam-packed stream today. I don't know how long I'll be going. I don't have too much to do other than I've got to get a video filmed for release tomorrow, but the script is all done and all the B-roll's filmed, so it's just kind of like recording it. And sometimes battling my mic is a full-time job. I hope this sounds good. English is bad. So without further ado, let's get to it. So the first thing that I wanted to share with you guys was the AL box. I know it just was announced, and it's taken it's the most newsworthy thing in an otherwise pretty boring news cycle as far as crypto goes. Now, I do want to say, before I go any further about talking about this thing, Goldshell has reached out to me, and we are working together. I don't know if we're working together on this product. It's Cat's still out on the bag on that, but I am working with Goldshell on a few other miners, as well as Crypto Miner Bros. So there will be some inherent bias here, but I'm going to share with you the numbers and, give you my opinion on the AL box. And we're going to do that now. And, if you disagree or if you have anything you want to add, please feel free to add it. Real quick, Amplified Gaming asked, did I get a KS0 Ultra? Yes, I did, and I did a review on it, and I'll put a link down below on it. And I'm probably actually going to be getting another one. I'll talk more about that around the end of the stream. And Zigminer says it sounds fine. That's good to hear. So the AL box, right? $63.50. Now, you can get coupons to get this thing down to like $6,200. But let me tell you about so I think that this kind of costs too much. I really do. I hate to say that, but I think it costs too much. My biggest concern about the AL Box 2 is basically anybody who bought an AL Box 1 in the last 2 or 3 months didn't make out too well. Let's look at real quick, right? Let's look at the AL Box 1. It released in April. So it's been out for, let's just say it released mid-April, right? May, June, July. It's been out for 3 months now. All right? And I know somebody who knows someone who just DM'd me the details. He asked I keep it anonymous, though. He bought an AL box. He's had it for about a month, a little bit over a month, right? And he made, on his AL box, in a little over a month, he made about $625. But he paid $6,500 for it. And here we are, where you're making about $15 a month still with the original AL box, but the new one is coming out at basically the same price. So if you're making $15 a day, right? You're making about $450 this coming month. So if you paid $6,500 for the original AL box at making about $450 a month, you're going to take over a year to ROI, which basically means if you sell any of that Elysium, you're never going to get your money back on those things, which is a huge bummer. And like, even if we take into consideration a write-off, right? Let's just say that this guy is a business, because they all should be businesses. And let's say you get like, so you get a 25% write-off. So you get a $1,600 write-off, okay? So that $6,500 minus $1,600 actually only costs you $4,900, right? And if we divide that by 425, then the ROI is still about a year. And I don't think you're ROIing on this in a year. Maybe, but you have to be on the biggest hopium, because what I'm getting at, right, is this AL box, okay? It's going to make you $30 a day is what two sites showed. I checked, where was it? I checked ASIC miner value, which said about 30 or 28 a day. And then I used the hashrate.no calculator, and I plugged in the AL box's numbers at 12 cents, which I'll get to in a little bit, shows you make about $33 a day. So the numbers are a little off, right? But if you're making $33 a day, right? So 33 times, let's just do 31. You're making $1,000. So you're gonna ROI in 6 months if everything stays the same. Well, in 3 months, so when the first AL box came out, we were afraid, right? People said don't buy it because Bitmain's gonna release their ASICs, and you're basically paying 10 grand for a KS0. And the Bitmain ASICs didn't come, but Goldshell nuked their own users with the AL box too. And I've never seen an ASIC get trounced by another model that fast, that soon. I mean, I guess you could say you kind of saw it with the KS0 Pro and the KS Ultra. But, even if you probably did okay on those if you mined and held. And they're not $6,000. They were like $600, and that's kind of an easy way. I mean, it's kind of not a bad risk, right? Like, I'll risk $600 if I think it's going to make a higher return. But this AL box, this is $6,300, right? Like, you could buy a KS5L for that price. And look, if you think that Bitmain ASIC isn't coming, I'm not going to tell you you're wrong or you're right, because I thought it would have been here way sooner, and it hasn't been here yet. But, I don't think any of us thought Goldshell would cannibalize their own user base and basically punish anybody who bought one of their miners. Now, when they reached out to me, they actually asked me how much I thought this miner should have costed. Now, maybe I was a little low, but I told them it should be like $1,500, because it's like a KS0, and you should price it as such. Maybe that was a little crazy, right? Because maybe they know something we don't know, or the fact that there's no competition but themselves. But like, if you charged $2,000, maybe even $3,000, right? I could almost get behind it, because then it would be a race to ROI. But with 6 months, man, I don't know. I just don't know. Like, you basically have to bank on Bitmain not having their AL box or their miner out. maybe, right? Like, let's play the hopium game, and let's just go with this, okay? Maybe if you're so lithium, right? You're gonna get mining this, right? Let me go to the calculator. And remember, I am biased now, because I would not be upset if they sent me a unit of these to give an honest review. I would prefer if they did. I'm trying to get them to send one. So, but I'm trying to show you numbers to defeat as much of the bias as I possibly can. So let's just say you're going to get 26 lithium a day, right? Let's say you get this for 4 months. So 26 lithium times 30, all right? That's 780 times 4. Let's just say it's 4 months before Bitmain's ASICs comes on the network, because I don't think that many people are going to buy one of these. So if you're like one of those crazy people who thinks buying one of these AL boxes is worth it, you might be okay for 3 or 4 months. So let's just say you're going to end up with like 3,120 lithium, right? Which is $4,000 at today's price. So let's say in 4 months you get wrecked. Bitmain's ASICs come out and your profitability goes down to like $10, $10, right? Maybe you just get absolutely wrecked. But that Alethioum does what we're hoping Caspa does. I'm sorry. That Alethioum price goes to where we all hope it goes. And I made a pretty sizable investment in Alethioum at the end of GPU mining. Now, to be fair, it was all GPU profits. I didn't actually invest any cash, but it was still, it's still profits. And I have quite a bit invested in it, right? You are banking on this Alethioum at least doubling in value. Like, if it doubles in value, right? So we'll just easily go to 6,200. Then, you made some money back. It's basically kind of like where you're going with like a KS0 Pro, but it's way more risk, right? And you have the write-off, which is about, I think if you can buy this, you're going to be in the bracket that's going to get about a 25% write-off on it. So, I mean, maybe it's worth it at that point, right? Because like at 60, let's just say 6,150, and you're gonna take 25% off of it, so you're gonna take $1,500 off of it, right? So 6,150 times 0.20, which is 1,500. Sorry, then you're gonna do 6,150 minus 1,500, and you're gonna have 4,650, right? Theoretically, and remember, I am biased. Remember that I am biased on this, okay? Remember that. I can't say that enough, that I am biased on this now. If you think you're going to get 4 months mining on this, and you believe in a Alethioum price appreciation, this thing is probably worth buying. But you have to believe you're gonna you have to have $6,300 to play with, which I don't have the cojones to do that. I don't. I would. This is like a KS0 Ultra play on steroids, right? You basically have to believe in Alethioum the way Caspa miners believe in Caspa, right? And obviously the year-to-date chart shows that it's there, right? Like the year-to-date chart shows Alethioum is going to behave like Caspa. But at the same point, do you have assurances that you're not going to get wrecked by Gold Shell? Like Gold Shell was the one that wrecked the AL Box 1 owners. I never, in my wildest dreams, thought it would have been Gold Shell that wrecked their own customers, right? Like, I would really like to know. I'd really like someone who bought an AL box day one, who's been mining with it in the beginning, to reach out to me and give me his profitability numbers. Zapirate, it won't mine 6,000 Alethioum in 12 months. So the reason I have 6,000 Alethioum on there is because it's really only going to mine 31 Alethioum in 4 months, if you're lucky, right? What I'm saying is, you're banking on the price, right? You're banking on the price to appreciate, and you're banking on getting 4 months, and you can write it off. Those are the situations where I think it's worth buying at $6,000. Like you're essentially banking on that. You're essentially banking on that this thing is gonna that Lithium is gonna do what Caspa does, and I don't look. First of all, let me get one thing straight. I don't have the balls to do this. Okay, so I would never do this, and I am biased. But like, if you're buying, right? Like, if you're on, like, let's just go on Ice River, right? If you're on Ice River and you're buying, you're spending $5,000 or $7,000 on the KS5M or the KS5L, then you're basically doing the same thing that you'd be doing with a Gold Shell AL box. I don't know which one is riskier. I mean, I think there's a lot more unknowns for either better or for worse in the lithium space, right? Like with Caspa, you know where the price has been with Caspa. You know what you're getting. I said this in my KS0 Ultra review. Like, any of these Caspa miners that you're buying now, you can't sell any of the Caspa, right? Like, in a year's time, if the Caspa hash rate goes where I think, all of these miners will be like... I'm sorry, if the Caspa hash rate goes to where I think it will go, and I think it's going to go to like 900 petahash, some stupid number like that, then you're basically... if Caspa doesn't go anywhere in price, you'll get to like 55 to 65% ROI, and then you need the price appreciation to take you the rest of the way. So you can't sell anything. And I would say the same thing for the Gold Shell AL box. But there's a lot more unknowns, and that's going to be for better or for worse. Amplified Gaming says, the Pirate, it's only worth it if you believe in the project. Look, I believe in Lithium because I went like, I have like 3 months of GPU mining profits invested in Lithium. But that is such a smaller amount of risk than just spending $6,350. Even with the coupon, and even with the coupon, right? And even with the write-off, I still think it's risky. But at least I kind of see a way that this thing could be profitable. Now, I don't know who you need to be more worried about, Gold Shell or Bitmain, but I think you need at least 4 months of $30-ish a day returns to justify this. Backwards Miner says, I did that in less time with GPUs. Yeah, we all did that with Caspa and with Lithium. But you know how this game goes, guys. We know how this is played. If you want YOLO money, get one KS0 Ultra and be done. You're not wrong. I mean, in my KS0 review, I said low risk, low reward. And and to answer, Amplified Gaming asked me if I'm going to overclock one. I think I'm actually going to spend money on one and overclock it and compare it with the non-Ultra. I got to finalize some things. I got to see if I have the spare cash, but I'm selling some PC parts, and I might actually pick up a KS0 Ultra. Let's see. So Pirate says, if I had 5 to 6K to spend on crypto, I would get FPGA. Now, I don't know enough about FPGAs. I almost kind of want to reach out to one of the companies, see if I can get them to send me one, and I can see what their profitability is like. But the only thing about FPGAs is you have to know people and you have to have the right bit streams, or they're worthless. Amplified Gaming asked, are the yields on xelis good on GPUs? They're all right. I mean, they're not terrible. The price on xelis is the problem right now. That's the issue. I need to do a deep dive on it. I honestly haven't done much since I got back. But the price of xelis in 30 days going down 20% is kind of bad. I liked it. Was very profitable around the $13 mark. Amplified Gaming says overclock is out. Yeah, no, I know. I've been approached already I've already been in discussions with T-Swift for a few days now with the overclock. I've just been busy with other obligations, with life, and filming other content. So I'm going to try to get to it soon. Let's see. Would be dope to get a top-of-the-line FPGA. Yeah, maybe. I honestly don't know a lot about them. I do... So, look, I want to say this, right? it's easy to be into, as a content creator, it's very easy to be into any kind of device or coin or, any device or any algo that a device can mine if you're getting ASICs for free or borderline cheap. Like, as a crypto content creator, if a company reaches out to you and says, we want to send you an ASIC, you just have to do an honest video on it, you would be a fool to say no, whether you liked it or not. Now, you have to be honest about it. And, there's a fine line to, being like a shill and only having your videos be about these random ASICs you get. But you would be an absolute fool to turn down an ASIC for content. Because an ASIC for content is never going to be a bad deal as a crypto content creator. Or just a content creator in general. But just because you see a crypto YouTuber or a YouTuber or content creator that has these devices, it doesn't mean you should buy them. My goal, right, is to look. Obviously, I lost the ability to be unbiased. Truly, I have, but I'm okay with that because that means my channel's doing well enough where people want to work with me, right? But I'm gonna try to give you the honest opinion backed up by numbers. And I'll be honest with you if it's, if if I have hopium. Like, this AL box, to justify it, requires a lot of hopium, in my opinion. I mean, it's not a crazy amount, but it all depends on what your risk tolerance is, right? Like, I'm a broke GPU miner, so my risk tolerance right now is pretty low, to the point where I'm not like, you'll see me with some new stuff, but I'll let you know what I bought. And honestly, the only thing I've bought in the last, 2 months was a pair of it's been 2 months, was a pair of 170HXs, and that's it. I haven't bought anything else, guys. Let's see. The market Amplified Gaming says the market cap of xelis is hella low. Yeah, and xelis actually hold on, let me get back to xelis. Right? I'm still talking about I want to just finish my thought on the ASICs and then we'll move on. And Panda says, "Oh boy," and Jean-Francois says, "What's up? What is going on, everybody?" Panda, what we were talking about, in case you missed it, and in case anyone missed it, we're basically talking about in what world would you buy the AL box. And I think I found a line that requires a lot of hopium, and it's something that I personally wouldn't do that could maybe justify buying it. But you got to have a lot of money, and this has got to be basically like a weekend in Vegas for you. Zapirate says, "I don't like when content creators promise big yields on a new ASIC and buyers get wrecked." Yeah, so I agree with you 100%, which is why I would never promise that. Like I said before, for anybody who just jumped in, the line for this thing to be profitable is you basically have to write it off. And then you have to pray that you have to get at least 3 months of $30 yield. And if you don't get 3 months of $30 yield on this thing, I would not feel very confident about it. But I'm also super, super, super bearish when it comes to ASICs like this, right? The reasons I like GPUs is they can mine everything. This thing can mine a lithium and a lithium only. What's up, Dom G? So that is my opinion on the AL box. I think it's too expensive, but I at least kind of see where they're coming from. But I never thought I'd say this, but I think the biggest risk on buying an AL box is that Goldshell doesn't just release an AL box 3 in 2 months. Like, Bitmain's the big bad dog out there, right? But we haven't heard anything from them yet. But, their ASIC's coming. If Goldshell has one, Bitmain's coming. So I guess it's like, who are you more afraid of getting wrecked by? Bitmain or Goldshell? And if you don't think you're going to get wrecked by either of them, then, I don't know, maybe buy one of these and see what happens. I mean, if you're buying a KSL, like one of the Caspa miners, right? So that's Crypto Miner Bros, which is a sponsor of this channel as well. But if you're buying one of those Caspa miners, I mean, you basically have the same risk tolerance as buying an AL box. Anyway, that's just my opinion on that. Again, I am biased as all get up about these things, so you need to take that into consideration, but I'll leave it at that. The final thought on the AL box, I don't have the courage to buy one. Maybe you do. So, alright, so next thing we're going to do is I want to answer Amplified Gaming's question. He said, what is the best GPU to buy right now for efficiency? There is only one GPU Krootman is buying, and that is the 170HX. I'm not buying the 40 series. I'm not buying the 30. I'll never buy the 30 series again. If I end up with more 30 series GPUs, it is literally someone gave them to me for free. Hold on. I want to ask you, Backwards Miner, you said there's a huge difference between them, and I would be interested if you elaborate on that before we move on, actually. Because, like, to me, it seems like they're the same. Like, you're taking a big gamble that the Caspa emissions aren't going to go through the roof. Like, that more new miners aren't going to come out. And even if they go through the roof, you need the Caspa price to go crazy for those new gold shell, or not gold shells, those new ice rivers to be profitable. At least that's how I understand it. And that's how I based, my review of the smaller models anyway. Amplified Gaming said 40 series is not good for efficiency. So yes, 40 series is good for efficiency, but here's my problem with the 40 series. Right now, you need a triple mine to make it profitable. And there's really, guys, tell me a good core algorithm coin, because I don't see one. Hold on. Backwards Miner says AL box can mine to one pool. That's it. Versus Caspa that can mine on all pools. So I can't confirm or deny that. I'll definitely look into that, though. Thanks for letting me know, Backwards Miner. All right. So seriously, though, guys, what is a good core coin? I think Lithium was the last good core coin to mine, but tell me a good core algorithm coin to mine, and I'll mess around with it. The 170HX, right? It slaughters all memory algorithms. And if the bear market has taught us anything, there will always be a memory algorithm to mine. I'll just show you. So I'm going to show you hashrate.no. Again, these numbers are never right, but look at the profitability right now. And we're at my new future rate, and I'll explain that in a second, which is basically 12 cents. Look at what the CMP 90H or the 170HXs are making. And if it's not Xelis, it would be iron. And if it's not iron, it would be ergo. So they're always going to be profitable. And right now, they are so bloody cheap, right? I can't recommend anybody buying 30 series when you can get the 170HX from Alibaba as cheap as you can get them right now. Zigminer says the CMP 100-210s are pretty great at memory algorithms. So, thanks to user Youth Puts, and if I said your name wrong, I apologize. He sent me one of his to actually BIOS flash, and he's going to let me play with it for about 2 weeks, or a week or two. He didn't really specify, but I'm going to try to get it back to him as fast as possible, because Miranda let me borrow a GPU once, and I held on to it way too long, and she got kind of pissed about it, and I felt really terrible. So I'm going to try not to keep it too long, and I'm going to do some deep diving on it, and I'll give you my honest opinion of it. I can test it on my bench, and we'll be able to see how it goes. Okay, Red Panda says, Backward Miner is right on the gold shell box, but Viper.net just supported AL box 2 days ago. So now 2 pools. Okay, well, with Viper Pool supporting it, that's huge because Viper Pool is one of 3 pools that I trust. It's basically Viper, K1, and Hero Miners are the only pools that I will use unless I don't have a choice and I have to use something else. The CMP 120, or this Backwards Miner says the CMP 100-200 or the 1210. What? Sorry, Backwards Miner, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm confused. Mad says, hey guys, I have a question about GPUs. Put it in Discord, Mad. We don't really answer those questions right here. Amplified Gaming says the 170HX doesn't have active cooling. No, it doesn't. I have them in my shed, and I have 6 on one of those PCSP Octo miners. They run borderline hot in 90-degree weather on iron. They're great on Xelis. I think that if I had Octominer X12 Ultras, I would, like the real ones, like the 5-fan ones, I would put like 7 to 12 in there, and I'd be happy as a clam. But I would put 6 in the PCSP Octominer, no more than 6, and I'd be okay with that, honestly. Backwards Miner says those are all the GPUs I would purchase. I don't know if I'd buy a BC160 anymore. Like, they kind of cost a lot. So I have some, and I got them really cheap, right? And ironically, the BC250 shows profitable. I need to dig into that at 12 cents, because if it is, maybe I'll mess around with it. But, like, the BC160 is, like, borderline unprofitable right now. Now, I think it'd be really awesome on Xelis, but, you know, I'm not holding my breath for that. Let's see. Catching up on the chat. No more Radeon 7. Truth be told, mine is off. Listen, my Radeon 7 or my MI50 along with my BC160s, they're getting shut off when I move to 12 cents. So they definitely, I don't know. I just got a DM looking at the Nexa prices. And Nexa going up in value means that I could sell some to buy some more 170HXs. Backwards Miner, they are efficient on Ironfish, but they're just not profitable right now. And I will not be able to, unfortunately, I will not be able to mine and hold that much with my new power bill. So I really have to be careful about what I mine. And the way my new bill is structured, which let me just get into that real quick. So my old bill, the way it was, the more power I used, the better my rate was. I had it down at one point to like 10 cents. Right now it's at like 11. I'm looking at my numbers. It's like 11.2, like 11.2 cents right now because of Xelis using such little power. And I'm going up to 12.6 or 12.7 cents, which could be way worse, okay? I got really lucky, but it's only a 4-month contract, and then I'm probably going to have to shop. So I'm probably going to have to renew every 4 months, which is going to stink. But, you know. Red Panda says, terrible time to sell Nexa. Yeah, probably. I'm probably going to hold on to it even longer because I want to get a really nice bag of it. Amplified Gaming asked me about Zephyr, but let me just finish what I was talking about with my power. So my power is going to go to like 12.5 to 12.7-ish. I don't know what it is yet. So I'm going to start doing... I'm probably going to start doing... you'll see, instead of like 10 cents, you'll see 12.5 for like power is what I'm probably going to do. Oh, it just goes to 13. So maybe I'll just do 13 cents for power at this point, which really stinks, but I'm sure a lot of you would crush it for 13 cents power. So yeah, as far as what I think about Zephyr, Zephyr's price kind of stinks. I have a bag of it. I'm holding it. I'm sitting on like, I think I'm sitting on like 75 Zephyr right now, which isn't a lot, but I'm hoping it goes back up. And I actually moved all of my CPUs. You're not going to believe this, but I moved all my CPUs to NiceHash. And NiceHash Random X. And funny enough, I'm doing all right. I'm making between like $7 to $12 a day on NiceHash Random X. Obviously, with rentals, it spikes. But like, I don't want to move my CPUs around anymore. I move them too much. I have so much to do. Maybe I'll be able to move them around more when I have more rigs shut off, when my power goes up. And maybe I'll do more on CPUs. But like, I don't want to move them. I don't want to mess around with selling stuff. They basically just pay me in BTC and I'm done with it. I get the appeal of NiceHash, and like for the first time ever, I'm actually using it. And I'm not sponsored by them. I'm not paid by them. I just thought it was in my best interest to use it. Let's see. Sorry, I'm just there. So the chat is talking about Radeon 7s. They're essentially saying, you know, how dangerous they are to mine with. Basically, if you look at a Radeon 7, they code 43. And because the memory and the GPU and the GPU controller are all in one, if any of that goes, they all go poof. Let's see. Zigminer says he's at 13 cents as well. Zigminer, how bad is 13 cents? Now, a bunch of local people by me are floating between like 12 and like 15 cents, 16 cents, so I could be way worse off. I feel like 13 cents is like the borderline, right? Like if we go on hashrate.no and we look at 13 cents, right? I feel like that's the borderline of profitability, basically. Like, at 13 cents, I can keep my 170 HXs on for sure. Technically my BC 250s, I'm going to have to see if that's actually real. And, you know, my 3070s, if I can squeeze out 4 cents, I probably would leave them all on, because with the power write-off, I'd be making a little more than I would think. I don't know. Oh boy, Amplified Gaming and Ninja, Massos Ninja, Solar Power has entered the chat. Yeah. I'm hoping that my ASICs will help me a lot when it comes to my profits on on 13 cents. We'll see. I think it's going to be a new reality. Like, I think going from 11 cents to 13 cents is going to be a new reality that I'm not wholly prepared for. Yeah, Zigminer saying the BC250 profits are wrong. I can't imagine those profits being right. I'm going to try to I'm going to keep I have one BC250 on its own circuit. So I'm going to get the exact power, and I'm going to just see what they do with like xelis and iron, and see if they're profitable. Amplified Gaming asks, are you thinking of getting any script or BTC ASICs? What is script? Hold on. I forget what script is. Algorithm. Script. What is script? Oh, actually, it's funny that you say that, but I am getting sent to me a mini Doge Miner 3 that is losing me 20 cents a day at 13 cents power. I'm getting one sent to me from Gold Shell, and I'll be doing a review on it. I don't know. I mean, I like Litecoin. I probably would mine so losing 20 cents a day is fine, because with the write-offs, I will be profitable. I would probably mine a bag of Litecoin. Like, what's LTC's price? I don't even fully understand how script miners work, to be fair. But I am getting one. I'm not paying for it. But they put my logo on the side of it, and they said they want me to do a video or two on it, and I said, I'll do it. Sure. So, let's see. Amplified Gaming says, I think script and BTC are the only safe professional sales. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'd agree with that. I mean, I think BTC is definitely the safest, but you need what, like 8 cents power, or you're going to get wrecked. Litecoin, I like Litecoin. I mean, we've seen Litecoin go over 100, so there's definitely room for it to grow. Yes, Amplified Gaming, he says Gold Shell probably has a low-powered mode for the Mini Doge 3, should be profitable. Yeah, they want me to, in the video that they asked me to do, they'd like me to highlight the low-power mode. And I said, sure, if you're sending me a script, if you're sending me a Mini Doge 3 with my logo on the side of it, which will go in every single video because I think it's awesome, then yeah, I'll do a video on that. So look for one of those coming probably in the next 2 weeks, I would guess. What's going on, Sadie? I heard this mining stuff was a big waste of electricity. I saved the planet. I saved 74 tons of coal, so it is not a waste. Thank you guys for watching, by the way. I know this was impromptu. I should have planned it better this morning, but I got stuck writing a script and mailing a bunch of packages for my wife. But look, I mean, I think... So here's the thing, right? Caspa A6 made me a ton of money. I did really, really good on those 3 KS0s. So it's hard for me to sit here and tell you that I don't think Caspa A6 have a future, or Lithium A6 don't have a future. Because, like, those are the ones that you're going to win the biggest on and probably get wrecked the biggest on, right? Because, like, what do we think... So, alright, so, like, let me put it this way. A KS0 went from making... I made $30 a day 40 bucks a day when I first got it. And I remember it was off for 3 days. Like, I had that thing off for 3 days because I was out of town. And I missed out on like $120 of Caspa. Back then, I missed out on, it was like 1,000 Caspa a day it was mining on. So what's 1,000 Caspa a day? So I think I missed out on like 12,000 Caspa. Which is like, what did I miss out on? Like $2,000. Damn it, that's not good. That's depressing. Anyway, we're gonna not think about that. But like now they make 30 cents a day. Someone in one of my discords was like, "Hey, would you buy a KS0?" And I was interested. I was like, "How much would you sell it for?" Right? Because I want to do a video series on like how long it would take me to ROI a KS0 I bought used. Now, I have to get it for the right price, obviously, but I think it would be interesting, right? Because like I'm gonna do ROI videos on like a KS0 Ultra, a KA Box 2, because I'm getting sent one of those, and then like a KS0 Pro overclocked, and then like a KS0 getting it dirt cheap would be fun to do all of these like I think what I want to do is I think every month or like twice a month I want to do, or maybe once a week I'll do a monthly, like we'll do like 5 or 6, we'll do like 3 or 4 ASICs. So every month we'll do like once a week we'll do one different ASIC, be like, hey, you know, this is where we're at on this ASIC. So I think that would be kind of different and interesting to run that kind of content just to see where we're at. And they would be short videos. So like maybe they'd be something I drop on the weekend or something. I don't know. We'll see. Amplified Gaming said, I have a mini Doge 2. Yields suck, but LTC and Doge are two great cryptos to hold on to. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Massless Ninja says, as much as I like solar, it creates a hard limit for my expansion. I think we all would like cheap power, but you don't get much cheaper than solar. Red Panda says, this is the beginning. Kroot is now an ASIC miner. Never. I will never be a full ASIC. I mean, I don't want to tell you never. Because, like, if you get ASICs for good prices and then that's all I can profitably mine on, I don't know. I don't want to be an ASIC shill. I'm always going to do GPU content. I think GPUs are way more interesting and way more fun than ASICs. So, listen. I will always go to GPUs unless I don't have a choice. Let's see. So don't say that, Panda. But anyway, like, what do you think? What do you think the AL box? Right, it makes $30 right now. What do you think this thing's gonna make in a year? Is this thing gonna make like 30 or 40 cents in a year? Like, are you gonna make maybe like $5? Because I didn't get my first KS0 Pro till this time last year. Or not Pro, regular KS0. Like, they're literally only a year old, and like, look at how bad they're getting wrecked. So like, AL box, is it gonna make you 30 cents in a year? But does it matter, right? If the AL box, say everything went the way Caspa did and you made like 10 grand off of this thing, does it matter? But that's the question you gotta ask yourself, right? Like, I bought the KS0 Pro, I bought the KS0 when it first came out, but I paid like $1,500 for it. I didn't pay 6 grand. And when I bought it, we kind of knew that the Bitmain ASICs were coming, and we thought we had like 3 to 5 weeks to get ahead. And it had like a 3-month or like a 2-month ROI on it. And it was like the first time ever an ASIC had like a 2-month ROI, right? So I don't know. I think it's still too risky, but at least I see a line where maybe if you get lucky, you could be profitable. Like, I don't know, like, look at what I did on my 3 KS0s. I have this much Caspa I mined off of them. I mined this much Caspa off my, I think it was like this. I mined this much Caspa off my KS0 Pro, my KS0s. So I made that much. Now, I haven't taken a dime out yet, but I still made, you can do the math, I made like 8 grand off of them, right? And they're still making me money. I mean, right now, my 3 KS0s are making me like 90 cents each on Cedra. I think they mine, a KS0 mines 10 Caspa a day right now. So I think they're about in line with Cedra profitability. So I think you make like, after power, I think you make like 30, 40 cents a day. I mean, that's still like, that's like 170 HX profitability. And you can mine Cedra and Bunga. I don't know. I'm still mining with mine. Like, I'm not going to sell my KS0s. I'm going to mine on them until they die, and then I'm going to frame them. What's going on, Jock Miner? He says, there is no dark side, but there is a side without light. Yeah, man. Like, there's a lot of things I don't like about ASICs, and I'm going to go on a big rant about that later on. But do you guys want to do we want to test some zealous hash rates, or we're just going to sit here going back and forth about ASICs? Backwards Miner says, Kroot, you really need to read the Alpha white paper about the end goal. AL box mini dodge when it came out. Big boy ASICs will destroy it. Well, yeah, I mean, the AL box is the big boy right now, but it's essentially a KS0. That's what I'm saying. Like, once the first big boy ASIC comes out, that thing's going to get destroyed in profitability. So it's basically like if you're buying it, it's a race to get as much of your money back as you can. Let's see. Aloha says, hey, Kroot, do you think when Caspa forks to 10 BPS or higher, plus the KRC20 coming back online will boost mining rewards, or am I mistaken? I'm going to be honest with you. I have no clue. I don't look at anything. I'm diamond hands on Caspa right now, guys. I don't look at anything but the price and the yield. I don't go off of white papers. I don't go off of anything. I should maybe read into it more about Caspa. But, you know, I don't want to say anything because I don't know. But I appreciate you coming to me and asking me that question so I could tell you that I don't know. So, real quick, I'm going to turn on my... I want to do some hash rate testing because people are going to click on this because I see hash rate testing. Jock Miner wants to ban Panda. I think you're talking. So Jock Miner, to give everybody listening an idea, is going after Panda right now. But the problem is Jock Miner is not a mod, and Panda is a mod. So Panda can technically do whatever he wants. I don't think I'd care. Hold on 1 second though. I gotta turn on my miner. This is weird. All right. We've got it turned on. We're gonna plug in the camera real quick. Give me 1 second. Catching up on the chat. Amplified Gaming is asking me, do you have any thoughts about Nautilus? I mean, I hope you sold your Nautilus a long time ago to make some money off of it. Because I don't think you're making any money on it now, but let me check the price. Hold on real quick. I gotta get this camera up and running. Let me see. Activate, deactivate. Okay, so here's the camera on the PMD. I gotta change the focus on it real quick. This is a 2080 Super. Or not 2080 Super. This is a 2080 Ti, and this is a EVGA hybrid. I don't know why I have an EVGA hybrid. But I think I paid like $220 for this thing, and it's a pretty good GPU. So you can see the power usage right here. I wonder if I can make this. There you go. You can see the power usage right here. Let me try to make this a little smaller. Hold on real quick. Bear with me, guys. All right, I'm playing with the slider. All right, so here it is. You can see my power. And it's mining. Okay. Give me a second, guys. It's mining on a flight sheet. I don't know what the flight sheet is, so that's not good. But it's mining and it hasn't crashed. So let me get you the GUI so you can see this. Now remember, this is a BC 250 Hydro, and I had a crash. 1-0 miner lost some overclocks. Surprise, surprise. Okay, so this is interesting. I have a flight sheet up. All right, I need overclocks for 20 series real quick, but I'm getting 20.55 kilohash at 122 watts at whatever overclock I'm using. I got to figure out which one that is. I just want to get this over here for you guys to see. Why is this taking so long? I'm going to read chat while I wait. Rondi, what up, brother? Rondi, you've been going crazy with your rigs, I see. Some hash rate testing with the new 1.0. Yeah, I'm going to test the 2080 Ti. Amplified Gaming says Nautilus spec play maybe. Man, I'm not specking any of those Caspa forks. You're crazy. You could buy like $10 of it and see what happens. I don't know. Let's see. Backwards Miner says Krootman 170 HX BIOS mod on Kapow is 61.45 megahash at 220 watts. That's wild. That's like 23070s. All right, so let me get you this right in here. Here's my 2080 Ti. Hold on. So we're in the miner, and it's a core clock of You can see the settings right there. I don't know why that's... I'm taking Zill off because I don't really want to mess with Zill on this right now. So we're going to take all the Zill settings off. So what should I do with the overclocks on this thing? Someone guide me on 20 series. I know nothing about 20 series. So if I could please get some help. As far as I know, in terms of testing hash rate, you basically need like a 2080 Ti, a 2060, and like something between a 2060 Super and a 2080 Super. So I'm going to try to get one more of those so I can do full 20 series hash rates. Somebody give me clocks. I don't know. Let's look at the tech power up. This is how you kind of start. No, it's the wrong one. 2080 Ti. What can I do? It's GDDR6 memory, which is nice. Boss is decent. Backwards miner says 1200 lock clock. Alright, so 1200 core lock. Alright, so we'll go 1200 core lock. And then memory lock? No memory offset? Alright. Let's do 5000. And let's see what happens. Alright, we are updating the miner. I usually like to go here if I don't know the GPU. Want to kind of see the core count and everything. See what I can crank it down to. And the memory is I didn't realize the 2080 Ti had 11 gigs of VRAM. That's kind of cool. Catching up on chat. Rondi. Switched Panda's farm to 1-0 miner. You're so kind, Rondi. Massless Ninja says, I almost bought a CMP 100 210 watching Panda stream the other day. Ordered it and then canceled after hearing about the power spikes. Well, I will let you know how it goes because I'm going to do some pretty in-depth testing on the one that Yusef let me borrow. Let's see. Rondi says... Panda says something about long-term 6600 XTs. I miss 6600 XTs. They're pretty good. Alright, so let's see how my settings are playing out. Let's see. I'm getting worse hash, but I'm using less power. I'm getting 15 kilohash at 106 watts. But efficiency is 150. That's not good. Let's see. What can I do with the memory, guys? I think locking the core is no bueno. I'm sorry, not locking the core. Locking the memory to 5000 is no bueno. So let's do... I don't know. What do you think I get away with? What can I get away with on the memory offset? Like... What do they usually do? Oh, darn. I'm sorry. Maybe like 2000, right? Let's try 2000. Let's try 2000 on the memory offset and let's see what happens. Right now, it looks like 158 is the best efficiency so far. I'm going to make notes of this. Oh, I just got tired all of a sudden. Oh, sorry for all the yachting. Panda says, BRB got to drive. I'll be listening. I'm looking for a 2012 Tacoma RDAR TRD off-road. Hey, Panda, I know what you're doing. Have fun, be safe, and enjoy yourself. Massos Ninja says 1800 mem offset. Huh. Rondi, what did you do? Did you buy a bunch of 6600 XTs? Oh, this is cool. The efficiency's a little worse. I tried memory offset of 2000, so really just like 1000. Okay. Excuse me. Massos Ninja is telling me to go 1800. Alright. Massos Ninja, I trust... Uh-oh, what is this? What did I just do? This is on 6 different rigs. Oh my goodness. I just foobarred my whole farm. Oh no. Oh no, what was this thing on before? Oh crap. This is bad. I need to figure out what I had this on before. So I just realized that I was changing like 17 flight or 6 different flight sheets all at once. Oh God. No, I have to figure this out. Oh, I have my flight sheets in my video. I saved my flight sheets. Give me a second, guys. I just had a panic attack, and I'm sweating bullets. It is really hot in here. I need to go to my own video and get my mining stat settings back. That's so bad. Goodness. Goodness. They're not that far off, but still, it's kind of terrible. That's really bad. I feel terrible right now. Give me a sec. I gotta create new flight sheet. Oh goodness. No, I have to do this one. Sorry guys, give me a second. I'm basically drowning in pain right now. I can't believe I did that. I botched this so hard. I hope you guys have this saved, because this is the moment where I was really, really dumb. Alright, so we're going to just leave this miner on this. And then I got to go update all the other ones. And I hope I didn't murder my farm. I don't think I did, but I literally have 5 rigs on this setting. And we got to change them all over to what I need them to be again. Alright, so apply, update. Alright, so it updated the flight sheet. So that's good. Alright, so we're going to go back to testing now. Someone said go 1800 on the memory. So I'm going to go 1800 on the memory. And then I'm going to delete everything else on this because I just want to mine. So hold on, let's see what I have on these irregular settings. This is the efficiency is terrible. All right, it's 135. I need to get past 150. So we're creating a new flight sheet. I'm going to catch up on chat now. All right, let's see. How bad was this? Rondi said I bought 12 of those 100 HXs and backwards miner said you'll like them. That's cool, man. I don't know. I think I'd rather have 6 170 HXs, but we'll find out. Amplified Gaming asked me what I think about D-Pen. I mean, I'm just going to say, if you lost money on helium, you're not the biggest fan. If you made money, you're okay with it. I'm neutral to it because my helium miners, 1 is down, and 3 of them are still making more than GPUs, so I don't know. Massless Ninja said what happened, and then he realized what happened. Thanks for sticking with me, guys. I know that's kind of annoying to deal with. Let's see. Massless Ninja said I would have up trying to stream and overclock at the same time. I just wasn't paying attention. I was being dumb. All right, you can see the power. So the spikes are massive on 1.0. You're going from 130 to 170. I don't know if I'd feel comfortable with that on the 20 on this right now. And the efficiency isn't good at all. It's like 127. So I'm actually going to go back to locking the core and seeing what... I want to go back to locking the core real quick, right? Or locking the memory. And we'll lock that at 5,000. Oh, excuse me. Man, I got tired all of a sudden. I'm going to go for like... I've been going for about an hour, so I'm probably going to go for like 15 more minutes or until I get too tired to keep streaming. I'm interested with this. But I have no idea what I'm doing as far as the 2080 Ti. Red Panda... Let's see. Jock Miner says, no, mining stinks. Helium miners making more than GPUs. Did you just say, Krootman? Yeah, dude, my helium miners are making like 6-7 cents a day. How much are your GPUs making? I mean, they were anyway. I haven't checked them in a while. All right, let's see. The power's still fluctuating a lot. This is why I don't like 1.0 on a lot of things. Oh, excuse me. I'm yawning too much. So we're down to like 116 efficiency. I guess I gotta let it run for a minute. Let's see. Amplified asked me if I know about Fry networks. I don't know anything about them, and I kind of just avoided them. Amplified Gaming asks, what sort of temps do I aim for my GPUs? Anything in the 70s, and I'm fine with. Anything lower than in the 70s, and I'm good. Like, if I look at my farm right now, right? Hold on. No, we got the efficiency up a little bit. So if I look at my farm, I broke a bunch of my rigs, I'm assuming. Hold on. Everything's good. So if you look at my farm, right, and we look at, it's about, 85 to 86 outside. Right now, my BC 250s are all hot at like 77, between 75 and 78. And that is because I have the fans like 40%. I don't really care. And then I have 3 GPUs that are over 70 right now, and the rest of them are in between the 40s and the 70s. Low 70s anyway. And then obviously my hybrid inside is hotter, which is my test bench wood. Screw my goodness. So I got that efficiency back up a little bit, but look at these power spikes. These power spikes are crazy. Let's actually go to Rigel Miner. Wow, this is hot. This is wild that it's hot because it's a hybrid and it's like 77 degrees. It's like 73 degrees. Let's go on Rigel Miner and I want to see what he gets. Hold on. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry, everybody. Let's see. I want you. Alright, so what do you think we need for mining hash rate? Or for mining on Rigel? I guess we could just do the same stuff, right? Zilhash version 2. And we're going to drop Zil as the second core. Goodness gracious, I don't even know what happened. So we're going to drop Zil. We're going to go... Don't use dual. And then we're going to go... And we're going to mine. We're going to do a memory lock of... I don't know what I should do a memory lock of. I have 14... Or I have 5,000 right there. Let's go with Rigel. Let's do 1,000 on the memory offset. So we'll do... Wait, it's Rigel is half. So we'll do 1,000. And then we're going to do... we're going to do core clock lock of... I don't know, let's try 1,400. And let's see what I get. Alright, we're going to try this one. Catching up on chat. Let's see. Their Jock Miner and Amplified Gaming are talking about temperatures and what temps they aim for. Amplified Gaming says, ever since I replaced the fans on my 3070, they last for a very, very short time. Have you had this problem before? On a 3070 Zotac I have. If a 3070 Zotac, if the fans go, or anything under a 3080, I just deshroud it and take all the fans off and toss it in a server case. Yeah, you said stop yawning, you're making me yawn. Yeah, that's bad. I'm going to make everybody yawn. I don't know why this yawning is happening. It's really hot in this room, though. Like, I only have 3 monitors on and the lights, but it's really hot. So I'm definitely only going to probably go for like 10 more minutes. I'm going to launch the Rigel flight sheet. I want to see the difference on this. Yeah, if your Zotac fans die, don't replace them. Let them go. You're going to waste money. So we actually hit all our topics today, which is pretty cool. And I really appreciate the audience and everybody who joined in and who's going to listen later on. You guys are what makes doing this fun. I had a great time. We're not quite done yet. But like, I don't know. What do you guys think of this thing? What do you guys think of this this 2080 Ti. Lock MC. What did I do wrong? Oh. That's what I did wrong. Hold on. Sorry, give me 1 second. I have the wrong settings. CC. Alright, that's just lock. Alright, so we're going to get this back up and running. Sorry about that. I don't know why I have that. MC. I wish all miners, right? Can we petition for all miners to use the same commands, please? Can we please? Is that so hard? Please? Alright, so let's try starting this and hopefully this gives me what I need. Jock, or Amplified says my Zotac is in my gaming PC. Well, hey, at least if the fans die, you don't care. Because I think you could use fans with like 1 or 2. Wait, did I put this in wrong? Am I that bad at this? Oh, wait. It's... Hold on. Gotta go check the readme. Gotta go check the readme. Gotta go check the readme. Why can't I put this in right? There we go. Alright, I got it. Man, guys, I don't know what happened, but I just got smashed with the tired bug. So we're going to get these results, and then I'm probably going to get out of here. You can tell that I'm, like, running on E. Alright, so that's the right one. I got it fixed. I just looked up an old one. Alright, let's get this going. Let's see what these hash rates are. Miner shutdown, best command. Man, Jock Miner, if I had your power, I would be doing that. Wait, did this not work? What? Why isn't this working? Hold on. CC. Oh, I think I spelled it wrong. What? No. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to put V2 on the Excel. I'm a mess this morning. I'm a mess today, guys. This podcast is definitely kind of sputtering. We're just trying to get this, for anybody listening, we're trying to get this 2080 Ti mining, and I'm having trouble learning Rigel Miner, even though I test with it all the time. I'm actually going to help him test the latest miner, and I can't, like, I don't know what happened, guys, but I definitely hit E. Alright, we're going to try this one more time. I don't know why I can't get this working. This is like... I'm on the special train right now. Here, you know what we're going to do? We know what I need to do. I'm just going to copy settings from someone else. Here we go. Perfect. I'm not playing with this anymore. I'm incapable of following a simple command. It is hard when you're tired, guys. Alright, so we got the locked. We got the memc. Alright, so we're going to do 1,000 and we're going to do 1,400 and we're going to see where we're at. So far this thing kind of is terrible. I'm not a fan of the 2080 Ti on mining. I thought it would be decent. More of a fan of it on gaming. Alright, come on now, you work, right? Wait, there's no ZIL settings. Darn it. Darn it, darn it, darn it. This is a classic example of quitting while you're ahead. But we're gonna keep at this until I somehow get this thing working. And you can kind of see that it's not actually mining yet. Backwards Miner says this is probably one of the #1 reasons I don't use Hive OS. I mean, it's easier when you're not like dead, right? Like if I was dead tired, I would just leave and try it again. All right, I got it working. Let's see what we get the hash rate at. All right, I got it. You're gonna get me for 5 more minutes then, since I got it. But the efficiency is so terrible. Like, why is the efficiency so bad? Can someone please tell me that? Please tell me. It's 120. And it's not even good on 1.0 either. Maybe I don't know how to overclock right, or maybe it's not optimized. What should we do? So maybe let's try raising the memory. and lowering the core lock. We're gonna go down from 14 to 1200, and we're gonna raise the memory from 1000 to 12. Masters Ninja said he got 20 kilohash. Yeah, I got 20 kilohash too, but the efficiency was dumb. These things don't seem like they're very good. Like, I don't like the 1660 Supers on this. I don't really even like CPUs on it right now. And yeah, you're gonna notice the 2080 Ti do way better on core. Look at the setting. Look at the CUDA cores. This thing crushes a 3070. I don't know. I thought the VRAM would help with not stinking memory, but it's also like an old one. Let's see, because like you got to believe that 2080 Ti is what, 6 years old now almost. Jesus. But that's where Solar lets me get away with 20 series, but I want them gone. Yeah, I hear you. Massless Ninja, if you ever dump and you want to dump a unit, like a 2060 Super really cheap, I could certainly use one to start running hash rate tests on to tell people why they shouldn't buy them. I got to repair a 2070, but I haven't gotten around to it. Yeah, I mean, this hash rate stinks. Like, and the power fluctuation, though, look, listen. I do want to point out that the power fluctuation is way better on Regal than it is 1.0. I want to get off 1.0 as fast as I can, man. I just had a rig go down on 1.0. It like utterly died. And I don't know if the overclocks got reset or not, but I'm not thrilled about it. So we're going to reboot it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, man, anything. So, like, for testing, right? So, for testing on the 20 series, all you need is a 2060, 2080 Ti, and any one of a 2060 Super to a 2080 Super. Anything in between will work because they all basically hash the same. So, rad CPU, man. I have 3 Windows machines that I want to run 1.0. The problem is that you can't set 1.0's overclocks on Windows. You have to set them in like the NV tool, and I don't know if I'd want to mess with that. I'd stick with Rigel, or I wouldn't mind on Windows at all. So yeah, here's the 2080 Ti. The efficiency, the best I saw was 150. The worst I've seen is like 110. So this is not a good buy. Yeah, backwards miner. I need to get a CMP50HX to check it out. Anyway, this is not a good buy, and the 20 series is terrible on xelis. I'll have to do a video on this so I can warn people maybe in the future. But that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I can barely keep my eyes open. I don't know what's going on. But I just hit a wall, which is annoying because I've got a video I got to film to release. So, not thrilled about that. But anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Please like and subscribe. We're going to have a good mix of content for the rest of this week. I'm going to go live on Friday. We're going to have a gaming video, an ASIC video. Let me look at my schedule real quick. I'll give you guys a heads up. So on my schedule, we're going to have an ASIC video and a gaming video on Thursday and Friday. And then we're going to have some install guides on the weekend. You're going to start seeing a lot more install guides from me because whether or not you guys like them or not, they do great for my views and they're great to prop up my stats. And they're always useful. So you're going to start seeing those, but I'm going to start releasing them on like Saturday and Sunday. Amplified Gaming says, the hobbyist is selling a few KDA ASICs in his yard sale. Yeah, maybe you want to check him out. I'm not going to comment on what other people are selling for. You'll have to get with him and do your research and see if you like it. Thanks, Amplified Gaming, for interacting with the chat. Thanks, Sadie. Thanks, Backwards Miner, Massless Ninja. You guys are all the best. I really appreciate everybody. Jock Miner 2, Zig Miner, everybody who jumps in and constantly interacts with me and keeps this going. I know we kind of ran out of steam at the end of that, but I don't know why I'm so tired. But anyway, guys, that's it. Smash that like button. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. We are out.